If you have to use public transports in the buses, most of the people will understand the English, but they are not so comfortable speaking the English. So you quickly realize that even if you try to speak the German, your life is a bit 20% better or 30% better.
I was able to do a presentation in German. It was rough on me because that was the first formal speech before people. And it was an event somewhere, and I had to speak before, I think, about 40-50 people.
Learning the German has helped me also to deeply integrate into some of these small communities. I do kickboxing, and the people there, everyone speaks German.
Somebody can tell you, you can read books, yeah. Well, if you could find a way you can talk, these days we have AI, and you can speak with AI, it can correct you, fine. That is also, But I noticed that there is classroom German and there is street German,
Oh my God. From the B2 exam, we had the Schreiben part, and that Schreiben part, I got 0 out of 10. And I wrote a full page like this.
Well, you wrote in Uganda.
No!
So you get 4, you cut it from 4 Stellen, you say Stellen, then you bring the 4 at the end. You're doing mathematics with language. You're subtracting words, keeping it in short memory so that you can bring it at the end.
Exactly.
That kills me. Hallo meine Damen und Herren, willkommen zu unserem Show. Off the Equator Show heißt es. Ich heiße Isaac Neuwelt.
Ich heiße Hamza Kwehangana.
Und ich bin ein Student an der Hochschule Augsburg. Und ich habe meinen Bachelor abgeschlossen. Und
ich bin ein Student in Linz, in der Stadt Linz in Österreich, an der Uni Linz. Und ich mache jetzt mein Masterstudium in Computer Science, sozusagen
Super.
Informatik.
Super.
Genau.
So heute wir wollen so ein Video über Deutsch lernen Deutsch lernen in deutschsprachigen Ländern. Also das heißt hier in Österreich und Deutschland,
und
aber auch in der Schweiz.
Genau.
Und wir wollen, dass die Leute, die jetzt Deutsch lernen, ein Gefühl bekommen, wie ist es hier Deutsch zu lernen. Weil wenn man nicht hier ist, dann weiß auch man nicht, wie alles hier geht.
Genau.
So just now in speaking English, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Off the Equator Show. My name is Isaac.
My name is Kwehangana Hamza.
And I'm a student at the University of Applied Sciences, Augsburg. And
I'm a student at the University of Linz, doing my master's in computer science.
Yeah. So today we are interested in making this video about learning German in these German-speaking countries.
And that is Austria, Germany, and Switzerland.
So because if somebody is not yet here in Germany or in Austria and Switzerland, they do not have an idea how it is actually to learn the language here. So that's the reason why today we are interested in creating this. We have a couple of questions in our raffle draft that we're going to be asking one another. So to give our experiences, how it has been learning German here.
Yes, and most especially for people who are coming from countries like Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, where we have been. We've had a first-hand experience trying to learn German from there, and we want to share our experience, how it was trying to learn German from not here, but there, but also when it comes to living and working and studying here, how easy is it to learn the German language?
Exactly.
And so at this point in time, if you are new to the channel, make sure that you give us that like for this video, but also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That shows that you like the content that we are creating, and it also gives us, the motivation to keep making more videos just like this.
definitely.
So-
Shall we jump in?
Well, why not?
You
There
go
we go.
first. You go first. You go first.
All right. Raffle. Dig, dig, ding, dig, 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 ding. Herr Neubelt,
Bitte,
bist du bereit?
ich bin schon da.
Genau. What role does English play in your daily life here? Does it sometimes slow you down? Oh, does it sometimes slow down your German learning, or it also helps?
Nice question.
Aber before we start actually talking about before we actually dive into the questions, could you just give us maybe a brief background about your German learning journey, just briefly in 1 minute,
Yeah.
and where you feel you are right now, and before you came to Germany, where you are, and maybe that would also paint a picture to the viewer.
Yeah, well, I think it's a very important thing to do, I guess. So my German journey started all the way from Kampala some couple of years ago. I studied German at Goethe Institute. I think if you're watching, you'll know that in many countries there are these Goethe Institutes where somebody can learn German. So for me as well, I started in one of those, and I studied from 0 level to about B1 level in about 1 year and 7 months. Actually up to B2 level, but I could manage to do B1 international exam, which I passed. So that was in one year and roughly 7 months, and then I took a break. Then I studied again up to C1 level, I think after about 4 years. Well, actually after about 5 years, because then now I was trying to explore opportunities of studying in Germany. But then again, I came here and I also studied German again in the university.
So by the time you came here, what level were you at in the German language?
That's always an interesting question to answer, because I couldn't, well, apart from what you get on paper that someone says, now you are B1 level after the exams, or B2. I think, to be honest, even if I started up to C1 level, if I had to judge myself, I would be at a B1 level. But also more of a theoretical B1 level, you know. So that was my personal evaluation. And I think actually when I also started studying, that is the level which I studied in the course, because it's also part of the university courses. Yes, and
yeah, I came. Okay, first I also did a study, a German language level, which was it was A1 in Kampala, of course at the Goethe Institute. Then it was in Kamocha somewhere, and I stopped there after my A1 certificate, because initially I was like, if I ever travel, or I travel to Germany or Austria or Switzerland, this German can save me. Or because before I had come here without any knowledge of German for visiting, and then I realized that, hey, if I need to navigate around, book tickets, train tickets and things here, I need to know the language. So I was like, let me just have the A1. After finishing the A1, I kind of lost time to go back. Like I could not have enough time or to create the time to go back to study the German.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up. Then after like 3-4 years, I found myself here now to study. But my study was in English.
English.
The entire study is in English. But then the daily life required me to have some level of German, and also when I'm also having to deal with government offices, how are they called? Yeah, but I mean anything that is official. This is what I mean. If you have to write, make phone calls, you quickly realize that you need this German language in your daily life. So I so happened to go back to a school here to study the language to B2 level, but I failed the B2 exam, so I should say B1 level, because that is the exam that I passed. So briefly, that's the story.
Nice, good background.
Back to you, Mr. Isaac.
So
what
English,
role does English play in your daily life here? Does it sometimes slow you down?
I think English played a role when it comes to the course, because it predominantly was offered more in English than, I think it was 80% English and 20% German, but the 20% comes in...
Which course are you talking about? The English course or the university studies?
The university studies,
okay.
The bachelor's course. Because it was predominantly English, so the English I knew was important then. However, when you get out of the classroom or the university, then English becomes just a supportive tool in case you find somebody where you cannot communicate fully in German, then you can fall back to English in some few words. So it was, for me, I fronted my German because I knew that's how I would learn more. However, I always had my English as a backup.
Yeah.
There's some words that will not come to you even if you try, and you just say it in English. And luckily enough, many of the young people our age, even some older people already understand English. Maybe not the whole thing, but at least 1 or 3, 4 word sentence. It is pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel like it doesn't slow you down?
So ideally it doesn't, just to directly answer your question.
Okay. Yeah, for me, English has been a major part of my life here. So at university, most of the students speak English. In my course, it is entirely 100% in English. Everyone speaks English. But once you step off the university grounds, in the train, because if you have to use public transports, in the buses, most of the people will understand the English, but they are not so comfortable speaking the English. So you quickly realize that even if you try to speak the German, your life is a bit 20% better or 30% better.
Yeah.
So I would say the English did not actually kind of throw me backwards, but it kind of helped me in a way that, because in my daily life I was using the English, but I should say that learning or going to school to learn the German made my life much more better compared to if I only stuck to speaking English. And yeah.
Okay, very nice. So back again. I think we just continue. So now it's my turn, and raffle. Yes. So question for you.
Fingers crossed.
On the positive side, do you remember a moment where you felt proud of your German, maybe handling a difficult situation alone?
Up to now, I am not so comfortable with my German. I feel like I haven't learned enough. I feel like I can't express myself more compared to the words. When someone speaks or when I watch the TV, I realize that I understand more than what I can actually speak. And I haven't been in a position where I feel so proud that, hey, my German is really good. But there are situations where you find yourself being able to express yourself and someone understands you. And after this conversation, you end up being like,
I pulled it off.
Yeah. Was that me? Yeah, so randomly, like, situations happen and it's only German which you can speak at that point, and you find yourself speaking it. So I would say yes.
I think I have several, but one particularly when I was able to do a presentation in German. It was rough on me. That was the first formal speech before people, and it was an event somewhere, and I had to speak before, I think, about 40, 50 people. So, and at the end of the day, I felt like, oh, wow, that was that was rough, but also exciting. So you feel like, okay, now if I can do that, then, I mean, it's a milestone. Yeah.
All right. Next question, Isaac.
Yeah.
When you first arrived, what was your honest level of German from 0 to 10?
So from 0 to 10, I would say I was at 5. Let's say I was at 5.
At 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Me, I would think I was at 1. I should say I don't even think I even have 1 because I had to go back to do the A1. You know, so to start again and just start like from ABCD and stuff like that. But surprisingly, when you go to study German here, even if you are starting from 0, the teacher is teaching everything in German. Oh my God. I'm like, how am I going to understand? From day 0, it is German.
Yeah.
But of course, the teacher tries to speak it in
Slowly.
a way that it is so simple and easy to understand, and also using actions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Next.
So my turn, Raphael. If you had to give a simple strategy for the first 6 months in Germany to improve German fast, what would it look like?
First, go back to school.
Study.
Go back and study the grammar and be in this classroom, because it will give you, how is it called? In your head, you will get the skeleton, how the German is structured.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, exactly. We should say the fundamentals, because there you will know how do you construct the sentences, what do these words mean, you know? And also, since the teachers also speak 100% in German, so it will also really help you in about 6 months.
To practice by force.
Exactly. And also doing the homeworks. But outside that, joining local communities. Joining local communities outside your university, if you're a student, outside your work. Look up for those communities on, Facebook, whatever, other social platforms. And you can always go for physical meetups where you have you have to interact with individuals or groups. I know some of these communities in Vienna, in Linz and stuff like that. So that is one thing that I would say that could help someone. What do you think?
It's also similar. My strategy that I would give somebody 6 months is similar to yours. Be in a classroom. Then also try to, because for me, my approach is like a child. The child learns from hearing. And the more you hear, the more things, are trapped in your brain and you can remember them. So that's where it comes to being in the community, joining local community. But my main strategy was, there is a typical behavior pattern of international students where they fall back into their cultures. They look for people who come from the same country or similar cultures, so they speak and they keep those companies. Problem is that your father, for example, for us, would look for fellow Ugandans or fellow East Africans where you can still speak English. And so the problem is now you're missing out on hearing as many German languages, words and conversations as possible. So the strategy would be look for a friend who is not very good in English, but they can do German. So their English is as bad as your German, so that you're always forced to meet in the middle. And that's a perfect mix. That's what I would say.
Next, how has learning German changed the way you connect with Germans and with the culture here? So not only with Germans, but generally people here.
Yeah, I think it for any person who has been in a different culture other than theirs, you will know that culture, the doorway or pathway to a culture is through the language. And I think that's how, since, the English were all over the world, that's how they managed to get themselves in almost every country. But my German helps me to make local friends. It helps me to take part in the community. For example, I'm also on the side, I coach basketball and the kids under 14. And the main means of communication is German, actually, with the kids. And it's always fun, you know. And I feel this gives you a sense of belonging. This gives you a sense of acceptance, because the kids will look at you as a coach, not because you're as a person with a black skin or what, but then they also enjoy seeing how you transfer your culture through the language to them. They like it. But also, most importantly, is the ability to understand the media, the news, to know what's going on. You know, get a document that is formal and it's about you, and read it and know what it means. I think those are very, very helpful, and it helps you to connect to people, but also to feel comfortable in the culture.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I would say the same. So really nothing much.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, copy and paste. Like I told you, you have to look out for communities. And for me, learning the German has helped me also like to deeply integrate into some of these small communities. Like I do kickboxing. And the people there, everyone speaks German. So you have to, even if you struggle, you don't know the lingua for exactly how you do some of these martial arts. But when someone speaks, you get to feed in as much German in your head as much as possible. And before you know, you'll be spitting these words out.
Yeah.
Because you've heard it several times, and then, you know, you find yourself, you know, speaking. And
I think I was one of your sessions, and I saw the coach actually enunciates and he speaks. And I think that's how the children learn how to speak languages, from hearing and they repeat. Yeah.
Next.
Look, you?
Is it me?
Oh,
no, I asked.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, how important was speaking with native speakers for your progress, and how did you find people to practice with?
This has been actually the most important or the most vital part of my German learning. I'm not yet anywhere. I would not say my German is anywhere to perfect or to fluent. But what I can say is that I can express myself. I can get myself out of difficult situations.
Like, bitte schön, bitte, Entschuldigung.
That's not me.
Entschuldigung, Entschuldigung.
Also, yeah, I must. Okay, yeah.
Did you switch in the
German? Now this is also what happens.
Okay.
Sometimes we find ourselves switching to Uganda, English, German. So like, yeah.
Chaos.
Anyway, I've been privileged to be able to stay with someone who speaks German. And this person has really, really greatly helped me in my German learning, because we have been in a house whereby this person speaks German and then I respond in English. And sometimes we make jokes and we'll be like, if the neighbors hear us, they'll be like, are these people okay? Because they hear someone speaks German and then it's English. Because honestly, there are some situations where you cannot express yourself even when you've heard what the other person understood, what they said, but you cannot express yourself in the language. So this is why we always have this English-German exchange. But also there are times when I find myself relaxed and I'm not like having that tension in me, I find myself speaking the German.
Yeah, but then do you realize that's how kids learn? Because kids, for the bigger part, they are listening. For the bigger part, and they're speaking their baby language, but they're listening. You tell them, come. Even if they have not started speaking back to you. And before you know, when they start speaking, fire. So I think it's a part of learning.
Yeah, so I found it that if you are immersed in the language in an everyday lifestyle, it becomes part of you. So it's not like, because I remember the first 2 months when I was here, I felt like when someone speaks German at me, I feel like, oh, there's this huge, I don't know, pressure that is being sent at me. And
please forgive, don't care.
So how important was speaking German?
Absolutely, what you've said, that's the only way to learn. There is no, somebody can tell you, you can read books, Well, if you could find a way you can talk, these days we have AI, and you can speak with AI, it can correct you fine. That is also, But I noticed that there is like classroom German and there is street German,
Oh my God.
And street German is the applied. So people will speak and they will understand. And if you don't understand, it becomes, And for me, the best word I use mostly as an example is like kole. Kole, in slang or normal street language, they will mean money. And even old people use it. But kole also means call.
Yeah.
In class, you can never find any teacher teaching you that,
Exactly.
But on the street, someone will say, oh, bifile kole has to imkonto. So how much money do you have on the bank account? And you're like, kole? If you say kole, I don't have kole in my bank account. Anyway, yeah.
Next. How did you integrate German in your daily routine as a student? Any concrete habits you still recommend?
How I integrated German in my daily routines as a student? One, to be honest, was that I had a German lecture, German class, Deutsch als Fremdsprache, which is German as a foreign language. Other than that, when it came to choosing electives, for me, I specifically did not shy away from some electives that I wanted, even if they were in German. So it means I went for those lectures and I started, and I knew that when things are so hard, at least I will ask the professor if I can do the exam in English. And I actually did a couple of electives that the professor is teaching in German. The slides were partially in German. But then in the exam, because it takes a lot of effort if you're doing in a foreign language, then I could write in English. So for me, that's how I did it, at least in school, in the university. Outside, it was just looking for groups, like you already said. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it has not been to do with anything to do with my life as a student, because anyway, my program is unlike you, because your program is half German, half English, for a certain percentage, and me, it's complete in English. So as a student, it has been the case, but I have just tried to, outside this university studying experience, just to immerse myself as much as possible in the community and speak as much as I can. Though sometimes I have to be honest, I want to avoid it because I feel, oh, it's too much pressure. But well, you can only get better if you try.
Yeah, very true. It's me asking you.
Please.
If someone is still in their home country and wants to prepare before coming, what 2 to 3 practical steps should they start with right now?
Learn German, learn German, learn German.
As very as easy as that.
Honestly, if you want your life to be easy here, easy going, learn German.
Yeah, but I think also to go a little bit further, learn German, but how? So for me, my advice would be watch a lot of either German movies or German shows or street YouTube videos that are in German, because that's where you learn the German that you will need to use in a daily life. So if you're lucky that your course is full in English, but still on the street, and you'll have to use to have some German to survive on. And so those material will help you. And right now, I think for everyone, you have access to AI. You can set your AI, like ChatGPT, to speak to you in German, correct you. You have a conversation. If you can go to the premium version. But I think that's true. Learn German.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. Next. Ready for it?
Sure.
Did you ever feel stuck at a certain level? For example, A2, B1. What helped you to break through the plateau?
It's quite frankly hard to answer because I had like pauses. I had like now I'm saying pauses. I had like breaks in there. And the first time I know when I did from 0 to B1, I did not have any difficulties. At least it was a long time ago. I can't remember everything. But I remember playing with the language, actually, just like, because I took the attitude of a child, just playing with the language. Some words that are really hard, you find a way of playing with them and you become familiar. Then I took a break of about 5 years or something. Then when I started again, then that's where I think there could have been some stagnation, because now you're struggling to pick up what you knew before and now to add on new stuff. But other than that, even in the university, I felt like always that, there's new stuff that you're learning. I didn't feel stuck. Maybe I forgot, but it's nothing that I remember.
I think we wanted to know, stuck at a level, like the standard level. I think that's what we wanted to know, not from your progression.
Yeah, but the thing is, stuck at, because I never failed a German language exam. Because if I had to fail, for example, B1, I did A1 first. If I had failed it, then it means I would have to redo it. So I think practically that will bring up the being stuck. But I was always progressing. And so how I can measure my stuckness is maybe from a feeling.
Yeah.
Because there's always been, of course I did an exam, C1, which that I remember I did it in Nairobi and I failed that one. Luckily enough, I was not required to redo it because then my course did not require it anymore. But I think that's where I would have had to.
C1. Yeah, personally, I'm at that level where I'm stuck.
Growling.
I am stuck. I am stuck from the level of the school, of the standard. I'm stuck at B1 because I failed my B2 exam. But I'm not stuck with how I feel about the language, because I feel I'm much more improved in how I can express myself and the words I know, the grammar. But if you tell me to do that B2 exam, I don't want to think about. I don't even think I can pass it, because it was something else.
I have to say, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised in this short time because I think the three. I think there are 3 parts: the listening, writing, and then listening, writing, and oral speaking.
Yes.
Is there another part?
Yeah, there is listening. There are 4 parts:
listening and understanding. Hören und verstehen.
Hören, Schreiben, Sprechen und was noch? Lesen.
Okay, so reading, writing, listening, speaking, actually all the 4.
Yeah.
So depending on what gave you challenges, if now you've been speaking and listening, it means the next time, So I'm just surprised sometimes how the brain can work. You may not analyze and assess yourself, but when you're first with a situation that requires you to react, the brain will just kick in and do whatever.
Can I tell you something that shocked me?
Yeah.
From the B2 exam, we had the Schreiben part, and that Schreiben part, I got 0 out of 10. And I wrote a full page like this.
Well, you wrote in Uganda.
No!
You wrote in Uganda.
For my B1 exam, the paper was out of 15. I got 12 out of 15.
Nice.
And for the B2, 0. So it was, and I had felt much more
improved. Did you control that you didn't write in Uganda?
This is the question.
Sorry, I'm laughing, but
I think I wrote in Uganda.
It was maybe in English. You are like, to hell with this.
The funny thing, during the exam preparation, we were writing several letters.
Essays,
because now, essays. We write letters, not we write essays, not letters.
0 is a hard one.
And the teacher was giving me 0. I was like, but teacher, why are you giving me 0? I have wrote this.
But I feel that is a little bit, you cannot tell me that.
Out of this, because I was. Anyway, next, is it me?
Yeah, I am going for you. What are the biggest myths about learning German in Germany in German or Austria, that you want to correct? Are there some myths?
Yeah, I think people think that when you come here, learning German will be easy.
It's automatic. By the way, have you heard that there are people who have been living here 10 plus years, but they're not even yet to B1 level?
Exactly.
I mean, when someone told me, many people told me, I used to think, you're just being nice. Until I actually met some people who were struggling
With
way
language.
much.
Yeah. I think people, us who come from, like, we speak Luganda, and Luganda has the same vowels as Germany, as German. So I think we have this advantage because if we are to read the words, it is exactly how
The way you see it is the way you read
how
it.
you read it.
It's not like French.
Now imagine someone from
France.
It's anywhere in Pakistan or India or whatever. They are using the other alphabet, so it is completely different. But I've also met people like from Syria. There's one guy I met in our German class from Syria. He was speaking very good German in just a space of like 8 months. And I think it also goes back to maybe the interests of an individual.
I always say it goes to the mentality of somebody, because you either decide to do it or you don't. In some situations, you're not forced, so you have the choice. And because, speaking a new language is, you feel like you're a child, I feel stupid, and you have that feeling of like, okay, I sound dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I've
then
heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, what did I
Me
say?
too.
Does it even make sense?
I mean, you catch yourself, you're like, what are they doing? But if you overgo that fear and that, that timid, fearing to make mistakes or come off as dumb, that's how actually you get immersed in the language, like you said. So, yeah.
Next.
Please, fire.
In your opinion, what makes German feel difficult for many foreign students? Is it the grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or something else?
Vocabulary you can learn, because those are just words. Cup, toss, plate, tailor. Those are just words. The drama comes with grammar. Oh my goodness, this dative, nominative, accusative, where you have to say also these articles, where you have to say they are my goodness. In one case, a woman is D. And in another case, dative, a woman is there. So for you who knows a little bit of what D, der, das means, you would know it is completely confusing. And I would say the next confusing, very challenging part is the terminating words, splitting words into two.
Train verbing.
My goodness. That just murders the hell out of you, because one word is vorstellen, like introduce, to introduce. And then you're speaking in a sentence, and you have to say, ich stelle dich vor. So you get vor, you cut it from vorstellen, you say stellen, then you bring the vor at the end. You're doing mathematics with language. You're subtracting words, keeping it in short memory, so that you can bring it at the end.
Exactly.
That kills me.
But let me tell you something. What gives you so much satisfaction is when you
you're like, oh,
I did it.
You catch yourself, actually.
You catch yourself putting the word there, and you be like, oh my God, this is me now.
I'm telling you, those verbs, they just kill me. And I have another one for you, a third one. Now that is training. Then there is adding words together. Oh my goodness. That words that in English would be completely separate words.
Yeah, they
in German,
combine them.
Gemeinschaftsleben, community life. In English, it's community life. In German, Gemeinschaftsleben, the Gemeinschaft, then Leben. It is one word, And then the hassle is, which words do I join? Which words am I not supposed to join?
I think this is where Shuraben also becomes a problem.
Ooh, trouble.
Oh my God.
Trouble. So, I think, that
I think for me also the same, I would share the same. It's the grammar.
Ich stelle dich vor. Where did the for come to the end?
Oh, no. It's you going. I asked.
You like me asking you. What was your first real experience with the German language? Was it at home, online, or only after coming to Germany?
This was in Uganda.
Yeah.
It was in Uganda. I was in a college where we were studying, and there came many German speakers. So they were speaking this Willkommen, Danke, so those.
And in that college, also your teacher was
exactly
German.
yeah.
So when you looked for English words and he could find them, he would just go in German.
Exactly.
Then you remain there looking. I didn't understand what to say. Yeah.
For you, when was that?
Me too. Because it happens that actually I know this gentleman for all that time. So in the same college, I also studied in the same college, and I had the exposure. I think for me the journey was that I knew even before I thought I would come to Germany or travel anywhere, I wanted to learn 5 languages at least. So and German was on that list. So when I ended up in this college, for me it became as a default start, because I was okay. English was one of those. I already knew it. So I straight away jumped into German. And actually my initial German from 0 to B1, I was not studying because I'm coming to Germany. I was just studying to learn the language. And I think that attitude helped me actually to learn faster, because it was out of desire. Yeah. So I also had the first experience there.
So just to jump in there, if you are watching this channel for the very first time and you are in here, this is called the Off the Equator show. We're here just to share our life, or share life living and studying here in Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. And in this today's video, we are just sharing, German learning experience in German-speaking countries. So please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already. Also, leave us a comment. If you have any comments, let us know in the comments below. Next.
Yep. Meanwhile, funny thing, sorry, as you're speaking, I was translating in German. That's why I was very concentrated. I was concentrated translating from English to German. Anyway, yeah.
What type of German classes did you take? Language school, university, course, online, or self-study?
I did a hybrid of all. My initial was language school at Goethe Institute, which you also went to. Then my second was online at Duolingo. Many people have downloaded that app. And then also I was Deutsche Welle had some very good programs.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Kommissar Uga. So it had a lot of interesting stories and that you could follow, And then, so that's my online experience, and a little couple of other websites and YouTube. And then now I joined the university, where I now had to do a university course as part of my bachelor program. But then in between there was a lot of self-study. There's a time I did some reading newspaper magazines, but then I dropped it somewhere there. I don't know, along the way. So I have a hybrid of that.
Does Duolingo work?
Good question. The thing is, I did not do so much with Duolingo with German. I actually did most of Duolingo. I did it mostly with Spanish, But I feel like it depends on how disciplined you are, because it's programmed to be incremental. You do stuff, and as you improve the mistakes there, you go to a harder level. So it means that at a certain level, there are many things you have already known, and it's about repetition. On the other hand, of course, the pronunciations are a bit challenging, because some are computer generated, others are not perfect. So it could be a challenge. That's what I found. But I mean, as a tool to start with, or personal pacing, it doesn't do any harm. Hey, I
And
thought.
the last one.
Oh, and last question. Finally, what would you tell a student who feels like giving up on German? Honest, I mean, like, just what would you tell them?
Take it easy. But honestly, I was in the gym and I met this friend, and she recommended. She asked me which music do I listen to when I'm working out. So I gave her,
The playlist.
the playlist, and then she was like, "Have you checked out these German musicians?" So she's Austrian, but she shared, most of the musicians here, the ones I've had or the most popular or famous ones, are based in Germany. So she gave me a list of these German musicians, and guess what? I liked the music. It was upbeat and it was really good. So I started listening to this music, excuse me, during most of my workouts. And I realized that I started also getting some bit of the language test from listening to this music. And before I knew, I started also watching some YouTube talk shows, which are entirely in German, like, comedy and all that stuff. And then I started loving most of
And
these.
you're watching
styles.
Tagesschau.
Exactly, of course.
Daily news.
There is also a daily news show, or like daily news, like
daily news.
Yeah, from Germany. And also there is a YouTube channel called Easy German. So it's a beautiful show that shares a lot to do with life here and, learning German in slow German. And they create different scenarios of, where they actually speak their Germans, where they actually speak the German for non-German speakers. And it makes it so easy to easily get it integrated into the language, and you find it like it's also part of your daily life, most of the things they share.
Yeah.
You?
I would also say that be patient, but also notice that language is incremental, particularly if you see how you learned your mother tongue, because the child, for example, if a child is born, well, they start hearing well even from the wombs, but you're thinking up to about 2 years, the child is learning, collecting words in their heads. And then from around there, then they start now speaking back, but even they are not perfect. The difference that we have from children is that for them, they're not ashamed or embarrassed to say whatever comes out. Us as adults, we have this fear, of looking dumb or making mistakes. And that's what hinders us. So if you understand that, okay, you first need to get the words, because I think there is scientifically proven that if you have about 2,000 vocabulary in your head, then you have at least some fundamentals to use, some tools. Yeah, so that's my advice, that take it easy, you said, but also need to be patient. You will notice that after 5 months, if you've been diligent, if you sat down and write a list of German words that you know from your head, you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
You write, turn the page, you write, turn the page, all German words. It doesn't matter even if they're just letters. Yeah.
Lastly, is German easy?
Lastly, personally, because I have seen harder, I would say it's doable.
Yeah.
It's not easy, depending on where you're coming from. Yeah, some assaulting words and sentences, but it's doable. I've seen harder. Personally, I find French extremely harder because of the accents. What you write is not what you pronounce. I really am biased about that. But I also see other languages that don't have the italic, the Latin alphabet, like Japanese or Chinese or even Arabic. Yeah. Extremely hard. Yeah.
Also, vielen Dank. Thank you so much for watching the video. Me and Isaac, we are very happy that we can share some of these stories with you, and we look forward to share more stories like this. And if you like us to make more German, related videos where we take you maybe through situations where you have to use German, how to navigate here with German or with limited German, just let us know in the comments right below.
Und von mir auch, ich danke dir, dass du unseres Video angeschaut hast.
Genau.
Es zeigt, dass du hast unser Video genossen. Und das hilft auch uns, damit wir auch weitere Videos in der Zukunft machen.
Genau.
Und genau, wenn es dir gefallen hat, bitte subscriben oder auch ein Like draufklicken, damit wir genau so diese Feedback auch bekommen könnten. Danke.
Danke. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hey, watu wanaenda kaziki. Hey, copyright.